Well, let's turn to the border impact now and the very latest on that. It's been more than 13 months since President Trump took office for a second term. One of the issues he ran on was border security, and he moved right away on border policies when he got into office. And we've been following those impacts on our southern communities. I traveled to Arizona, the southern part along the border recently, to see what life looks like now and what officials there still want to see done. Things along Arizona's southern border have changed drastically over the last 4 years. Today, you'll find things much quieter up and down the Yuma and Tucson sectors. It's a stark contrast to 2022, a year like Arizona had never seen when it came to migrant crossings. Images of migrants by the hundreds crossing into the U.S. making national headlines. It's something farmer Corey Mellon remembers well.
Unless you live in a border community, you don't understand how a border community works.
He says some farmers lost money after migrants with no place to go wandered into their fields, compromising crops.
They basically camped out on the edges of the fields, and they would walk in the fields and things of that nature. Well, we can't, in our safety rules, we can't have that happen.
Yuma County farms are critical to the nation. In the winter months, they produce up to 90% of leafy greens for the United States. Mellon says since President Donald Trump has enacted and enforced border policies, things are like night and day.
Never seen it this dead, ever, ever.
This dead?
It's dead.
Oh, as in crossing?
There's nobody coming across.
According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, fiscal year 2022 saw a record 2.2 million migrant encounters along the southern border of the nation. 500,000 of that was recorded in Arizona alone. Compare that to roughly 238,000 encounters total for fiscal year 2025, and less than 50,000 for the Yuma and Tucson sectors. That's a 90% drop. And while local officials tell me things have drastically improved here in Yuma, they still say there are some areas of concern, like right here in the county where the border wall ends. That's where tribal lands begin. Jonathan Lyons sits on the Yuma County Board of Supervisors. He says the tribal nations have been good partners, but there may never be changes along these parts of the border. So while things are better, he would like to see a renewed focus on stopping human smuggling altogether and stopping drugs from coming into the country. Is the border crisis essentially solved? Has it ended?
No, it's not. I mean, we just got to refocus on the other challenges.
So I have been looking at the latest numbers for this fiscal year so far, which started in October. The two busiest sectors across our entire nation now are the Rio Grande Valley in Texas and the Tucson sector here in Arizona. But with encounters down, I'm told Border Patrol agents, they can really now focus on where those crossings are happening. That's shutting other parts of the border down effectively with different tools, including the wall. They're able to funnel this more to an area that agents can really handle.